please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video.
माना जाता है कि छोटे बिजनेसेस किसी भी इकोनॉमी की बैकबोन होते हैं। ये न केवल बड़े पैमाने पर जॉब क्रिएशन में अहम भूमिका निभाते हैं, बल्कि किसी भी देश के मैन्युफैक्चरिंग और एक्सपोर्ट्स में भी इनका अच्छा खासा योगदान होता है। और यह कहना गलत नहीं होगा कि इन बिजनेसेस के डेली ऑपरेशंस में आईटी एक बहुत ही अहम भूमिका निभाती है। लेकिन क्या वाकई आईटी को उसके फुल पोटेंशियल में इस्तेमाल किया जा रहा है? क्या इन छोटे उद्योगों की प्रायोरिटी लिस्ट में पर्सनल कंप्यूटर कहीं भी शामिल है? नमस्कार, CNBC TV 18 और इंटेल की इस स्पेशल सीरीज बूस्ट योर बिजनेस में आपका स्वागत है। इस सीरीज में हम आपको दिखाएंगे भारत के कुछ प्रमुख छोटे व्यवसाय जो आईटी की इंटरवेंशन से अपना बिजनेस बढ़ा रहे हैं। आने वाले कुछ हफ्तों में हम देश भर की यात्रा करेंगे और कुछ ऐसे बिजनेस ओनर्स से मिलेंगे जो हमें बताएंगे कि कैसे बेस्ट हार्डवेयर और लेटेस्ट सॉफ्टवेयर सॉल्यूशंस के इस्तेमाल से उन्हें बिजनेस ग्रो करने में मदद मिली है।
घरेलू उपयोगी प्रोडक्ट्स के लिए क्वालिटी और स्टाइल अपनाना बोनीटा का मंत्र है। बोनीटा एक ऐसा हाउस होल्ड सोल्यूशन ब्रांड है जो असंगठित खिलाड़ियों और सस्ते प्रोडक्ट्स द्वारा डोमिनेटेड बाजार में शामिल होने की कोशिश कर रहा है। नवीनतम मैन्युफैक्चरिंग और मार्केटिंग तकनीकों के साथ कंपनी ने 5 वर्षों की एक छोटी सी अवधि में बेहद प्रभावशाली वृद्धि देखी है, जिससे उसे यूरोप और उत्तरी अमेरिका में अपनी जगह बनाने का विश्वास मिलता है।
आज मेरे सहयोगी बोनीटा के ऑफिस में उनके जॉइंट मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर उमंग श्रीवास्तव से ये जानेंगे कि कैसे टेक्नोलॉजी ने उनकी कंपनी को आगे ले जाने में उनकी मदद की है।
I'm at the offices of Bonita to meet with Umang Srivasatava, Joint Managing Director at the company, to understand how technology drives forward his company. So let's meet up with him. Hi Umang, great to meet with you.
Welcome. Nice to meet
Thank you for the time.
Thank you.
Right, so houseware products, it's an interesting segment, and I want to ask you a question, and that is that houseware products as a category is dominated by unorganized players, and for Bonita to establish itself as a branded player here, tell us how this foray started for you.
Okay, so when we started this 5 years back, the thought that we had was that if you look at the category, you see white goods, you'll see branded players, you'll see electronics, you'll see branded players, you'll see appliances, you'll see branded players. So we said that why can't housewares have a branded player? And because brand means trust. So the consumer, why they buy brands is they trust an appliance brand, they trust an electronics brand, and they want a trusted housewares player also, which they can, which is innovative and which can bring new things to them. And so there was a gap in that category. We thought let's be the first brand to be there.
All right, and how has the journey been so far?
The initial 3 years were very, very tough, and we were practically thinking whether did we do the right thing or not. But now, since you see us everywhere, the brand has got established, the trust has come, and so some people who used to say that it will not work have changed their minds.
All right, now that we know a little bit more about your company, let's understand how technology has driven your growth. Let's quickly make a pit stop to your finance department.
Sure.
And extend our discussion.
Sure.
All
sure.
right.
Okay.
All right, before we get into the inner workings of your company, I want to understand the origin story of the brand name Bonita.
So Bonita means beautiful in Spanish, and the entire brand theme is around innovation and beauty. So the idea is that we want to bring innovation and beauty into the daily routine activities that a consumer needs to do. Given a choice, he or she would not want to do it. So we want to bring innovation, beauty into that work.
All right, let's see the beauty of innovation at work at Bonita right now.
Sure.
All right, let's start with the big picture now. How has Bonita leveraged technology to bolster its growth? Give me the broad pointers.
So basically, if you see, the vision has always been to build a global brand, an Indian origin global brand. So when you have to do that, you have to be in multiple countries, you have to do multiple SKUs, multiple customers, and so to manage all of that, it was very important for us to have technology as the core, on which we could build and scale up. So in terms of technologies, we have built up all kinds of solutions for sales, for finance, for marketing, for work management, task management, so the whole gambit of things to be able to scale up to being a global brand.
I believe a lot of your customers are also offshore. So has technology helped you and your sales and finance teams in that aspect?
Yeah, in a very big way. So if you see the finance teams, if you take finance as an example, so we have had we're using cloud-based software, so that even when we're sitting in office or somebody sitting overseas, they can use the software without really having to think about where the data is stored or how they can use it. So it's all a cloud-based software. Similarly for sales and marketing also, we're using cloud-based software so that the data is available to everyone. We have people on the field. So for them, it's easy for them to interact.
What were the challenges that you faced before the adoption of IT and PCs in your company?
So the biggest challenge that we used to have was the data. There was so much of data. So if you see, we sell across all the modern retail stores. There are close to about 300, 400 stores through which we sell. We have close to about 400 SKUs. We have almost 100 distributors and 1,000, 2,000 dealers across multiple countries. So getting all of that data and trying to make sense of it was almost impossible till the time we adopted technology to help us get that data, help us to analyze the data and then grow sales based on that analysis.
Expand a bit more on that. How did technology help you, analyze that data and give it that insight which could help your sales and finance team garner more customers?
So we started using a lot of analytics tools. So the basic was Excel, but we went to advanced Excel. And then we went to a step up of Power BI, where we can actually see visually how things are happening. So it's a drop down and click through system where we can see, we want to see this month which are the customers who did sales, which product did sales where, and which product is doing better in one region. So we can all of that data is very easily analyze. We can analyze it very easily. We get a dashboard and we can go through it. Click just by clicking. It's very simple.
What was your first experience when you used data to actually drive up sales? When the numbers go up, usually what happens is these things appear notional, but when actual sales numbers start going up because you have used insights from data using technology, then it brings a whole lot of stakeholders to agree with your technology vision. Yeah. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, definitely. Initially it was very tough for most people to understand that everybody thought it's a waste of time that we have been doing. But then ultimately when we started looking at data, we realized that we were thinking that region A was doing the best and it was actually number 3 in those region, some other region which we were not focusing at all, which was actually doing better than that.
All right.
So all of that started to come.
It threw up surprises.
Yeah, it threw up a lot of surprises.
All right, I want to focus on worker productivity now, and for that, let's head over to your purchasing department, shall we? All right. Right, workforce productivity, that's a critical area for any business to also improve its operations, and their technology can also plays a significant part. We saw what your sales and finance teams did. Overall, in terms of workforce productivity, how has technology improved, and also how have you managed to convince a lot of your workforce to adopt technology, embrace technology in their day-to-day work?
About 2.5 years back, let's say about 3 years back, we decided to move to Office 365. The advantage there was that we had an integrated system with OneDrive, with Outlook, with the entire Office applications, and a lot of other things, task management software like Wunderlist. So that integration has helped us in a big way. So now we have an email that comes in, we want to assign a task to a particular person, you can assign it and then review it on a daily basis. So you can see it on a daily basis, okay, these are the tasks that I'm supposed to do, update it. So all of that has brought in productivity to a very different level. If I take the simple example of Wunderlist that we use, so we have a marketing team, we have a sales team, we have a, so there are a lot of tasks which are interdependent. So for example, a customer says that, okay, I want to start sales at this particular location or some. So that is a task that gets added onto the list. Now that list is accessible by the marketing team, that's accessible by me, it's accessible by the sales side, accessible by the person who is actually handling it.
And so, the purchasing team as well.
And the purchasing team also. So all of that is there. So and as things happen, they keep on updating it. So instead of back and forth emails on a particular subject, you have one place where you can actually see the entire project on what's happening, what's the status. You can have photographs uploaded there, you can have subtasks created there. So that way it helps us to manage projects, and there's a deadline, so those reminders keep coming. So that way we're able to manage it in a pretty good way.
All right, so do all these use cases and the improvement in productivity, improvement in sales encourage you as a business to also keep updating the hardware, the software?
Yeah, definitely. In fact, when we started, for example, we started analytics software. So we started to use Power BI, which is a part of Office 365, and initially it was very difficult for the existing PCs to actually run that software because it's a resource intensive software. So for some time we started to use cloud-based computing, which Azure, Microsoft Azure, to run virtual machines, to run it on virtual machines. But that, we realized was not so easy. And so slowly we have started to upgrade. So we have some of the best machines today with i7, 512 solid state drives and 16 gigabits RAM, which generally SMEs you would never think of having.
That's the key part there.
So the idea is we want to upgrade. We want to upgrade. We want to continuously be on the top of the latest technology is, and help it to grow our business.
All right. And looking at the crystal ball, how do you see technology helping you grow from here on, to grow from an SMB to a large business?
We are now starting to look at ERP solutions. We're already starting to shortlist and have demos of that. So in this coming year, we'll be implementing some of the ERP solutions, the complete ERP solutions, and that will help us to grow to the next level.
All right, and we wish you all the best for that endeavor. And as a small token of our appreciation, we'd like to present you with an Acer TravelMate 2410 G2M laptop from our OEM partner, and also the Securite software from our software solutions partner to help your business grow. Thank you so much for spending time with us for this show. Thank you.
अब वक्त है एक छोटे से ब्रेक का। ब्रेक के बाद हम दिल्ली की एक और कंपनी से मुखातिब होंगे जो टेक्नोलॉजी के माध्यम से नई ऊंचाइयां छू रही है। देखते रहिए हमारी खास पेशकश बूस्ट योर बिजनेस।
IT investment being strategic in nature for the small businesses, it is very important to use latest and trusted hardware for their business needs. It helps them to improve productivity, efficiency, performance, as well as the data security.
The fact that they are small companies doesn't mean that they are not smart people. They are very smart people who understand how technology can make a difference to their working, to their lives. But it comes down to affordability, it comes down to a business rationale to make that investment.
CNBC TV 18 और इंटेल की खास पेशकश बूस्ट योर बिजनेस में एक बार फिर आपका स्वागत है। ये एक ऐसी सीरीज है जिसके माध्यम से मुख्य रूप से हम SMEs को टेक्नोलॉजी और उससे होने वाले फायदे, खास तौर से पर्सनल कंप्यूटर और IT आधारित तकनीकों के बारे में जागरूक बनाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। मेरे सहयोगी गौतम श्रीनिवासन दिल्ली में जेनेटिक्स बायोटेक एशिया के दफ्तर में हैं। आइए देखते हैं।
भारत तेजी से जीवन विज्ञान और हेल्थ केयर क्षेत्र में एक ग्लोबल खिलाड़ी बन रहा है। सरकार अब हाई लेवल रिसर्च और इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर में अधिक संसाधनों का निवेश कर रही है। जेनेटिक्स बायोटेक एशिया जैसी कंपनियां भारत को इंडिपेंडेंट और ग्लोबल रूप से कॉम्पिटिटिव बनाने में महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका निभा रही है। अत्याधुनिक टेक्नोलॉजी से लैस जेनेटिक्स उन प्रोडक्ट्स और सर्विसेज की पेशकश करता है जो नई जैविक खोजों और नए जैव चिकित्सीय विकास के डेवलपमेंट और प्रोडक्शन के लिए जीवन विज्ञान के अनुसंधान के एक बड़े स्पेक्ट्रम को कवर करता है।
I'm here to meet with Arun Prakash, CEO of Genetics Biotech, to understand how technology drives his company forward. Mr. Prakash, great to meet with you. Thank you so much for sparing time for us.
Hello, Gautam.
All right, let's start with the most obvious question. Biotech is not an easy space to enter. And all those years ago, when market conditions were tough, regulations you had to wade through. What inspired you to make that foray despite having a non-business background?
You know, I was wanting to be a doctor, coming from a defense background. Unfortunately, I couldn't make it. I decided that I should get into some sort of a stream where I will be always connected with medicine. I worked for a couple of companies, and then I was into a life science space selling for another company. I realized there was a huge gap between what customers wanted and what people were delivering to them. I exploited that requirement and the gap in the market, and I was in touch with a number of global life science companies from the US. It took me a while for convincing them that there's a market in India. We managed to create a business model where you know, we could help customers get product instead of from 6 months to a week's time in the right condition on their shelf.
All right. So from the ashes of one dream rose another.
We made a business out of it.
All right. So 26 years on from the time the company has started, what has changed?
The government policies have changed. There has been more investment coming into research, both in the private sector and public sector. And the conditions, the regulations of getting a product, the cutting down on import taxes, allowing the customs being a little more you know, easy process to get through, has been a huge change. And the large part of it has been the government's focus on investment into doing research.
All right. Now that we have a brief background about the company, let's take a quick tour to understand how technology works to make sure that your company moves forward. Shall we?
Thank you.
All right. So we are here in the main work area and I see rows and rows of PCs. So let me get a basic understanding of what's the work that's happening here from you.
We have a very strong IT support system within the organization. We started as, you know, long ago, developed an in-house ERP system which was mirrored, then we moved on to tele, but then we realized that our business was not being handled well because of that. You know, inventory management, we have more than 20,000 SKUs of products. We have over 5,000 customers, you know, it wasn't being able to manage. So we decided that we will invest into an SAP system.
You interact with a lot of partners, you interact with a lot of researchers, you interact with a lot of customers. So how does everything tie in and how does technology help you in that?
Well, you know, having introduced the CRM and ERP such as SAP, you know, we have been managed to monitor a lot of our sales programs. We have been able to track our businesses with our customers, which was literally fragmented earlier.
Okay.
You know, from our different offices, now we have consolidated on one server here. We can, at the end of the day or every minute, real time, look at the sales that is happening. And the whole sales process can be monitored here within sitting in Delhi office.
And I noticed the lack of desktops. So do you use a lot of thin client computing for your needs?
We've just a couple of years ago, we've done away with the CPUs.
Okay.
And we've introduced a thin client system. That has really saved a lot on the resources on investing on CPUs and also on the power. You know, there's so much of consumption of electricity. We've managed to save a lot on that as well.
Okay. Now paint us a picture about the business challenges that you faced before you embraced, you know, IT and PC adoption grew in your company. You know, what are some of the technical business challenges that you face?
As you know, Gautam, many small businesses have a hard time accepting that they have to invest into a new technology and also the mindset of the people to adapt to that technology. It was getting very, very difficult for us to manage the inventories, it was difficult to manage track orders and also timely execution of the orders. So I think having adapted to SAP system, we have been able to consolidate all that into and bring a lot of efficiency in terms of servicing our customers.
And from a pure hardware perspective, how were things managed earlier? If you didn't have all this hardware powering your business, how did things get done?
If I look back 30 years ago, I started with a desktop called Mori Oliviti, you know, which was a system that had to be housed in an air-conditioned room. Well, from there to today, we have so many PCs. We have almost 35 desktops in the organization, almost 45 laptops of i5 configurations. So we have been investing in upgrading the technology whenever we could afford to and whenever it's required.
And in terms of the benefits that it has brought to your firm, could you give us specific use cases where the use of technology, upgrading your technology has helped, you know, your workforce perform better and help you as a company also spot opportunities and capitalize on them?
Very important part was the inventory management. You know, there would be a lot of pilferage, we couldn't track our orders. I think that has helped us a great deal in bringing, channelizing that whole process. We've actually saved a lot of money on doing that. Order processing, you know, we get huge number of orders on an everyday basis. The challenge of tracking them and executing them on time was another challenge, which we have managed to do that having gone into
upgrading your technology and the hardware. All right.
And the biggest thing that has happened is the last year, the GST.
That's something I
Right.
wanted to ask you about, because GST has affected a lot of the smaller players, but those who are technologically savvy, those who work above board and use solutions to
We
keep track
already
of what
had
they do.
an SAP which was not even compliant with the GST. It couldn't handle GST.
Okay.
We moved on to SAP 9.2 so that we could be compliant with GST.
And
A
how
lot
many
of our
headaches has
multi-
that solved? How many headaches has that solved for you?
I think
Being
it
compliant
would-
and being
I think
technologically
it would not have
ready.
been possible for us to function without having an SAP or any software that could handle GST.
Okay. All right. So from a hardware perspective, we also have to talk about workforce productivity, as in just as people work on their systems. Have you seen a significant improvement in their productivity?
Now having having computerized, we are bringing all the data real time into one area, consolidating it, and monitoring sales is much easier.
Okay.
Transferring information from one guy to another or one office to another has made things so much easier.
All right, let me conclude this conversation by asking you for a forward-looking statement. How do you see the PC powering your company to the next level?
See, we are a biotech company, we are an innovative company. The IT and the computing world is also very innovative and changing very fast. We have to adapt to newer technologies to remain ahead of the competition. I'm sure the way the technologies are changing so fast, it might just help us taking it to levels that we had not even expected.
So there is no final frontier in your view?
Absolutely not.
All right, on that note, we'll conclude this conversation, but we also have a surprise for you, so let's check it out.
Thank you.
And here it is. Arun, Raminder, I'd like to thank you for the time taken to show around your offices and on giving us an inside look into your business. And as a token of our appreciation, we'd like to present you with an Acer TravelMate 2410 G2M laptop from our OEM partner and the Securite solution from our software solutions partner to help your firm go to the next level. Thank you so much for giving us time for this inside look.
That's wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.